What's up, everybody? Jonathan here with an exciting new map. I'm not really sure how new it is, but new to me anyway. I just discovered this. I don't know, a couple days ago, something like that. I was looking around trying to find some new maps and just kind of ran across this one. This is I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it, but Team Sardinia, I guess, forestry map. It's really cool. Let me see. See if I've got anything. I thought I had purchased a new tractor. I guess I didn't do that. We'll just take this trailer back up here because we'll have to get it anyway. So the roads pretty much are like this. They're pretty rough. There's little spots of mud in them, which is really cool. It's too bad the FDR equipment doesn't get dirty. Else it'd be just covered in mud by now, I'm sure. But we'll drive the truck on back up to the shop, and I need to purchase another tractor, and then we'll haul it back down here, or we may just drive it. I don't know. It's awfully difficult driving this truck with this trailer down through here. This bridge is awfully narrow, and there's a couple of switchbacks up here where the rocks are really tight on the road, so it's hard to maneuver. But you can see the mud kicking up as we're going down this forest trail here, basically is what it is. And there's a lot of trees on the map too, so that's always nice. Makes for driving a bit difficult though. But right off the bat here, I do want to talk about something that came up just last night. I happened to see it right before I went to bed. Got an email from YouTube saying that they're making changes to their YouTube partner program. Basically, this is the outcome of all this crap that's been going on last year with advertisers pulling advertising money because of certain content, and certain channels getting flagged for certain content, maybe appropriately or inappropriately. But regardless, some of the businesses and companies and whatnot that advertise on YouTube have been pulling their advertising dollars, and of course YouTube doesn't want us to have that happen. So they've made some major changes, and the major change is that if you don't have 1,000 subscribers, which I don't, and you don't have 4,000 hours of watch time, which I don't, I'm about 3,300 and something, I think, so pretty close. Then you're no longer eligible to receive monetization on your videos from YouTube, which means that until I reach the threshold of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 minutes watch time, then I won't be eligible to even generate income on my channel. So I'm really going to be reevaluating this whole YouTube situation here over the next couple of weeks to see if it's going to be something that I'm going to want to continue. I'm thinking maybe that I would probably continue to put videos up, but I'm just real uncertain about this whole situation because, I mean, to be honest with you, I started YouTube, putting videos up on YouTube so I could generate some income. It'd be nice to have, a couple $100 a month or something, which is totally doable, but I just don't have the viewers right now. I always go the wrong way. Okay. Not really sure why I even... Did I already have... See, that's the one I just bought. Oh, that's that one. Okay, yeah, well, oh well. Anyway, well, we didn't need that tractor after all. Forgot I had already had this one sitting here. Okay, well, anyway, back to what I was talking about was, yeah, I'm really going to be reevaluating how much content I'm going to put up, what kind of content, because it seems like whenever I start a new series, there's always a lot of views. I get up around 100 views or so in the first 24 hours. And then any subsequent views that or videos that I put up on the same topic, usually the video count falls off. So that's hurting me on the watch time. But like the mod reviews that I do, I think this tractor right here, this Caterpillar 55D skidder, five triple 5D. I think it had oh gosh, I don't know, several thousand views, maybe over 1,000 views. So the mod reviews seem to be doing pretty good, and basically that's kind of what this is with this map is a mod review. You can see the title of it there. That's what you search for if you want to go to the mod sites to try to find this map. It's Team Sardinia Forestry. Super nice map. I mean, it's very detailed. I mean, the roads, the mud, all this area right over here where these trees are laying down, it's kind of watery. All that's mud. Of course, these vehicles don't get dirty. It's FTR stuff, but you can see how dirty the skidder is. Just I've only got what 0.2 hours on it, and it's already covered in mud. It's pretty cool, and you know, the bridges and stuff, all that's very detailed. But yeah, so I'm probably going to be doing maybe just some more of the big stuff like mod reviews, map reviews. Maybe if I start a series, I'll try to do some high-speed login type videos. That one seemed to do pretty good. But anyway, so I just wanted to let y'all know that I'm not really for certain what's going to happen with this channel. That the monetization thing doesn't kick in until February 20th, so we got about a month to do anything. Now, I don't think I'll be able to get to 1,000 subscribers by then, but I don't know. I'm going to be completely reevaluating this whole situation. I might possibly even try to do something over on Twitch. I'm not sure. We'll just have to see how this goes. But anyway, so before I get started here with doing some logging, I just want to kind of make a plea to everybody to please have all your friends, family, whoever watches stuff on YouTube, watches this sort of thing. If you enjoy this channel enough to say, hey, this is a good channel, you need to go watch this stuff, please let them know to come over here and subscribe and try to get me up to 1,000 subscribers. And I may try to do some other stuff on my own to try to advertise the channel some to kind of get the viewership up and get the subscriptions up, so I can, because I mean, I would like to be able to monetize my stuff, you know. That's kind of what I'm here for. So anyway, all that said, let's get busy with doing some stuff here. Let's see what we got. Let's see. So I've already made one load of logs to the sawmill, which I guess I should kind of show you where everything's at on the map. Okay, so up in the kind of top right corner of the map, I guess you could say, is where everything kind of spawns. That's kind of like your shop, I guess. It's not really a shop, but that's where all the equipment you purchase spawns at, is up there. And then if you come down a little bit, you know, the road kind of branches, and there's lots of little areas for doing forestry. And where we're at now is kind of near this, I don't know, river, I guess. It's kind of a, well, maybe a creek. I mean, it's not quite as big as a river. We'll say it's a big creek. Anyway, it's all muddy down in this area. And there's probably another little muddy spot up there, kind of to the northwest of where we're at now. But anyway, so where the blue dots are, where it says kind of, I don't know what that, the VL. Anyway, that big gray spot down there in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, that's where the sawmill is. And let's go take a look at that. Okay, so let me hop out of here. Alright, so the first thing you'll need to know is, for me, I had to come over here and I took out this gate. There was a sliding gate that you had to operate with the left and right mouse buttons when you're outside a vehicle. Now, there was a collision area or a trigger area that started, I don't know, back around here somewhere, to where when you drove up to it, the gate was supposed to open. But I'm guessing, so I was reading something online last night, something to do with this latest game update, I think kind of broke the automatic triggers for gates and doors and stuff. So I just went into Giants, I took this out. There was a sliding gate right there and triggers. I took all that out and saved the map, and then didn't affect anything. Now, so that's something interesting. So what if you don't do that with Giants, what'll happen is, if your truck's parked out here with a load of logs, like I tried to last night, and you hop out of your truck and you open up the gate and it stays closed or stays open, and you hop back in the truck, and by the time you get in the truck and get it rolling, the gate's halfway closed. And so about the time you get to about here, with your cab of your truck, the gate has closed on your trailer and you cannot move an inch. If you hop out and open the gate, it stays open. You hop back in the truck, the gate closes, you can't go anywhere again. So it's a major frustration, so I just said the heck with it. Went in the Giants engine, loaded the game in, which is really easy to do, and just deleted it, saved it, re-zipped it, and then we're back going again. Alright, so there's some scales right here. I don't think it works because I drove a truck fully loaded with logs on here. It was like 30,000 something. I offloaded the logs, drove the truck back on here, got down to this end. Truck and trailer was fully on this scale. I looked up there and it said 30,000 something, so it's messed up. Didn't work. Let's see. Something else to realize is that the sell point for the logs is actually in these railroad cars. So you have to drop the logs in there. And this does nothing. This little rack right here is just for decoration, storage of logs, whatever. It doesn't do anything, doesn't sell. Everything right here on this concrete patch, that does not sell. The only way you can sell logs is in these railroad cars, and all of them I think work. I know I tried the middle one and this end one down here. I haven't tried this first one, but I would imagine it does. And now the wood chip sell point is right behind where I have this trailer. It's actually just inside these doors, so you have to back up almost completely to the wood chip pile, and from the edge of the wood chips, I believe, to about the opening of this door, I think it should sell, or anywhere right in here. So that was had to figure that one out by going in the Giants myself. I hate it whenever you know, they have a nice map and they don't mark where the sell points are. I can't stand that. You know, if nothing else, at least put those little one of those little markers down. I mean, that would help it at least a little bit. But otherwise, it's a really cool map. I really love the trail, or the forest road, I guess you could call it, that goes from, you know, the logging areas to the different parts of the map, because it's just a really, I mean, your vehicle gets dirty. I mean, look at this. I've only got 0.1 hours on this tractor. Look how dirty it is. I mean, just mud everywhere, which is really cool. The trailer's all dirty. Tires are dirty. It's just really neat. Alright, and so let's get busy with something here. Like I said, I've already delivered one load of logs, but let's get a bunch more. I've got some here that are ready to process, and my joystick's messing up on me, so it's gonna try to fly off into the stratosphere on us, but as long as I keep my hand on it, it should be alright. So I've got a pretty good pile right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and process these and just better not do that. Yeah, these trees are really long, by the way, so they're not really acting right. I think it's hitting something on the other end down there. I haven't had too much luck with this Tiger Cat processor in these logs, but because the trees are just so dang long. But let's try to see what we can do. Huge one there. But I really am liking this map. This is a really cool map. And the other bit of news I have is, if you follow me on Facebook, you probably saw this post from a day or two ago. But I've been working on a map myself, and I've always kind of had the idea I wanted to make a map, and you know, I'm a pretty creative person and technically minded at the same time, so I can probably handle it okay. It's just a matter of learning all the stuff you got to learn, because there's so much. You know, Giant's editor is not really that hard to use. It's just you got to figure out what to do to make everything happen the way you want it to. So we'll see if my map ever comes, you know, if it ever happens. But it will be definitely for PC only. I'm not going to mess with no console stuff. I don't play Farming Simulator on console. I'm not going to make a map for the console, so sorry if it happens and you want it on console. It's not going to happen. Yeah, these trees are giving this processor fits. And I'm still pretty tight on this landing. The trees are so tight in here. I had to cut out quite a bit just to give me a small little landing, and then now I'm trying to just process some of those trees and open up the landing a little bit. So things might be a bit messy here until we get everything opened up. But once we get a few more of these trees cut and processed, stumps, ground, all that stuff, we'll have some nice open area. We can really work and do some damage then. And I think this is the first time that I've actually recorded with audio. I believe, since my last high-speed logging video, and apparently everybody kind of liked that because I had quite a few views in the first 24 hours or so. I think I had about 80 views or so in the first 24 hours. So apparently some folks liked it and watched it, so it's pretty cool. Those are always fun to do because I don't have to worry about talking. I just record the gameplay, and then later I come back and add the music and all that stuff, and so those are fun. Alright, come on now. There we go. Yeah, there's a bit of, bit of effort that goes into those things, but it's fun. I like doing those. I've got the process pretty well down now with my video editing software, so I don't have to worry about how to do it. I just gotta make time to do it. Alright, let's see. Pretty good pile there. See the mud flying up, which I think is a pretty cool touch because we're right here next to the river or creek or wherever this thing is. All that mud's pretty neat. I'm just going to kind of drop these things where they go, and we'll play pickup sticks later and get us another load out of here. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Try to get this thing out of the way. And let's see if we can't roll our grapple loader back here. I'm going to park it kind of right where I have my processor at, that way I can grab both piles. I got a little pile here to my right, and then this big pile we just cut. Try to park it right about there. And then let's see if we can't get our... Well, I'm going the wrong way. See if we can't get our truck in here. I decided to go back to the grapple skidder just to do something a little different. I've been playing a good bit with that cable skidder, which is pretty nice, but I thought I'd go back to the grapple skidder on this one, just for the fun of it. You can see how bumpy this road is, and I love all the mud. I don't think this truck does a great job of getting dirty, but it does. I just don't understand, why there's mud on the top of the cab, but it's just the model, how they diffuse the model and all that stuff to put the textures on there to make it get dirty. lined up. Oh, that's too much. I'm not doing a very good job of getting this thing backed up. I should do it right about there. Oh, looks pretty good. And like I said, once we get this area opened up some more, we should be able to operate a little better. Yeah, those are cut. And this FDR loader does okay with these big logs, but I don't know what I don't know if these are like custom made logs or if they're or trees or if they're the in-game stuff. I'm not really sure. They seem heavy. Of course, I know FDR with his maps have optimized the trees a little bit. He redid them somehow, so I know they operate differently, but he may have optimized these machines to work with his trees. That's why it's a little unstable. Ooh, I gotta be careful with that. Just about hit my trailer with the end of those logs. You know, I have to bring up another subject here while I'm thinking about it. I get a lot of my machines, well, not a lot, but I've got some nice machines from Cabs Modding, and you can find him on Facebook. I've been associated with his Facebook page for quite a while. He puts out, first one I think he did that I saw was, well, actually the processor I have right over here, this Tiger Cat. That Tiger Cat model right there is one of my favorite processors in this whole game. I've used it basically since I've got it till now. So I mean, I've been using it a long time. Anyway, he just recently put out a John Deere 909 feller buncher and a Tiger Cat 870. I think it's 870 tracked, machines. And somebody took it and released it on a modding site and didn't give Cabs credit for it, so now Cabs is going to a Patreon model where you have to subscribe for $5 a month or whatever to get access to the mods, which is what FDR recently did. Which I can totally understand, but at the same time, if somebody had not done that and just asked him for permission to release it somewhere or whatever, then it's okay. We would have been getting some more great mods from this guy, but now we got to pay for them. So I really wish people out there would quit doing that stuff. If you didn't make it, don't release it and put your name on it. I mean, at the very least, email the guy or Facebook him or whatever and say, hey, can I release your mod on this site? And if he says no, have some respect for that and don't do it. I mean, these mods, they don't happen overnight. It takes a long time for some of these mods to get created. Hours and hours of work going to these things. I'm making a mess of this. And then somebody's going to just grab it and put it on a website and call it theirs. I mean, that's not right. I don't know, where'd you grow up to do that kind of stuff? I mean, that's not how this works. So I wish people would stop doing that, because we're getting more and more mod folks that are going to a pay model because they put this effort into making these mods and they don't want to they want to get their credit for it. I mean, you know, with cabs, I've at times put links to his mods on my Facebook page, but I always emailed him, said, hey, is it okay if I release this on my Facebook page or YouTube? And he said, yeah, sure, you know, as long as I give him, you know, as long as he gives me permission, I'll do it. If he says no, I wouldn't have done it. So I don't know, I wish people had more sense to, you know, I mean, you didn't build that mod. Why are you going to put it on some mod site and call it yours? At least give the original author some credit. People just have no respect for anybody anymore. These logs a little better situated in here. I kind of hit them with one as I was loading them up. It's still too tight here around the landing. But you know, it goes back to that internet anonymity, whatever it's called. Nobody knows you on the internet. That's kind of what they're thinking. Well, you know, I'm safe here because I'm sitting in Alaska on my computer, and then I can upload this stuff to a mod site and nobody knows who I am. And you know, but what you're doing is you're messing it up for everybody else who's not doing that. I mean, Cabs was freely giving this stuff away for free, and then one person goes and puts it on some other mod site, calls it theirs, doesn't give the original author credit, and all of a sudden now we're got to pay for them. So it's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna drive this thing back on down this way a little bit. Take a tree down with me as I go. Alright, well, we got a pretty good load. That one right there is bothering me. Maybe I can get with a chainsaw. I can't quite reach it. Where'd it go? We got a pretty decent load right here. Well, let's see. I'm gonna get rid of that one too. I didn't see that. All right, that ain't pretty, but we'll go with it. Okay, now let's see. Can I get out of here? Oh yeah. Okay, I'm facing the right way. I still hadn't quite learned where everything, all the roads lead and all that stuff. So I'm getting there though. We'll go ahead and sell this, even though it's not exactly a full load. But I love the challenge of driving these loads of logs up these this pretty rough mountain road, forest road. It's really cool with all the mud and all that. It's just really neat. Got a barbed wire fence. Really sure what's over there. I haven't driven up there yet. But then you hit this kind of paved path, and it leads up to the sawmill. I wish this road was a lot wider than it is, because I mean the truck barely fits on there as it is, and you can't make a turn very good without falling off one side of or either your truck or your trailer falling off the road. I just don't like that. Wish I'd have made that a lot wider. said, just don't worry about the scale. It doesn't work. Alright, so I'm just going to back up in here and offload with this crane. I hate using this crane, but since the sell points are in those railroad things, there's not much I can do about it. So what I did do about it, though, was this. I made a joy to key. Where's my stairs? I made a joy to key inputs for my dual joysticks for the crane. So if I switch over to my joy to key, okay, so I'll switch over to my joy to key setting for this crane. So I'm using my dual joysticks now, so I can go back and forth, left, right, up, down with the crane, and I've got buttons on my joystick which open and close the grapple, so I can pretty easily do it this way. And that one log right there is causing me problems. There we go. I may end up going with the FDR crane loader over here instead of using this thing. I hate using this in-game crane, because for one thing, the FDR crane loader will it'll pick up the whole load at one time, or at least it should. This thing is terrible. We are getting some pretty good prices though for the logs. Stand this thing. Yeah, maybe I can grab those two little small ones. Somehow got them. Alright, golly, I hate that thing. I think I'm gonna get the FDR crane loader over here. So I think there'll be enough room to maybe, let's see, where can we put it? I guess maybe put it kind of right here behind the trailer, and then pick it up, and then just, I don't know. I'll give that a try. But I'm still impressed with this map. It's a great map. It's got a lot of detail. I'm really glad I found it, but I'm also glad that somebody, put in this amount of effort to make this map really detailed and as cool as it is. But these muddy roads is just really cool. I love it. Let's see. I need to look and see what's up here. I guess it's just another little area to. Yeah, it's just another little area to log, but that's pretty neat. We may go up there later and check it out. in more detail, but we'll get back to doing some logging here. I'm just going to park my truck right there. Looks like I got some stuff to clean up, so let's grab our tractor with the wood chipper on it. Well, where did that go? Oh, that's right. I'm still up here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and finish selling these wood chips. Okay, so the actual chip point's a little bit further back from the door, but just back up to the wood chip pile and you should be good. I think the game was lagging there a bit as I was heading out the door because it was expecting that trigger to happen and it's not there. So I may have to go into the XML and see if I can't figure out how to take that trigger out of the XML for the map. But I'm not too worried about it. Game functions, that's all I care about. Yeah, I just can't get over these roads. It's so cool. So bumpy and muddy. And this is kind of what I hope for Farming Simulator 19 is, you know, like I said, I keep saying I wish that they would implement something sort of like maybe like a cross between Farming Simulator 17 and Spin Tires or something, but maybe not quite like Spin Tires where the mud's like, you know, 3 or 4 feet deep. Just make it a foot or two deep, that's all, you know. And whenever you drive over a road, maybe have the road at first be smooth, but the more times you drive over it, the more muddy it gets, and then maybe you could take a bulldozer or a motor grader or something like that and smooth it back out and start over. That'd be cool. That'd be really awesome. Get some of these pieces laying around. Try not to get any of the trees themselves. A pretty small tree right there. Let's go ahead and chop it up. Missed that stump whenever I was catching some stumps earlier. Pretty good pile of wood chips there too. I'll need to get my my deal that picks up wood chips and get it over here. Let's see, now I got us a bit of a mess. Probably gonna be nowhere to turn around up here either. thing out of the way. Okay, we need to get some more area opened up because there's just way too much crowding going on in here. So let's see. I'll hop back in my fellow buncher and come back down this way and see if I can open up this area a bit more. This fellow buncher here is by FDR Log, and I think it's his version 9 equipment. I think it's the very latest one before he went to the Patreon stuff. But let's see if this one does pretty good on the trees, but these things are really heavy, so we gotta kind of watch it. Whoa. What happened there? Oh, I'm still on the wood crane. Be right back. Yeah, I was like, what in the world happened there? But I forgot that I was still on the Joy to Keep profile for my wood crane. And the other thing I don't like about this map, I guess it's the map, is that you have to cut the trees really, leave really high stumps. Let's see if this will do it over here. So on most maps, you can put your head on the ground and cut it. See, that doesn't work. Well, it doesn't work with the claws closed. But see, that doesn't work. So let me scoot back up again just a little bit. So you actually have to cut them about, yeah, right about there. Usually we'll get them. Sometimes even higher than that. I'm not sure if that's due to the map itself, or if it's something to do with the trees, or if it's the terrain, or what. I'm not really knowledgeable on that stuff, so I'm not really sure if what's causing to have to leave such high stumps. Let's see what this one does. That one did okay. Now I got a good bit of tops over there, so I'm going to move over to this side and see if I can't cut some of this out. And then once we get maybe 4 or 5 more trees cut, we'll hop back in the processor and try to get these out of the way so we can have a bit more ground open. And since I was on the subject earlier of going to Patreon for paying for mods and stuff, I do have a Patreon page, and what that's set up for is, in my view of it, is to give back to the fans. So what my goal was on that was, if I reached a certain number of subscribers, Patreons per month, I was going to start doing monthly giveaways where I would give away copies of the game, controllers, even monitors, just all kinds of stuff, apparel. I don't know if there's any Farming Simulator apparel, maybe there is, but just stuff like that to give back to the fans for being loyal watchers and supporting me on my channel. So I do have a Patreon page if you was curious about that. I think the last time I checked, I've still only got just one Patreon. But right now I've got it set up, I think I've got it set up to where it's just $5 a month. I was gonna do some other categories. I can't remember if I did that or not. It's been so long since I looked at that. I'll have to go check it out and see. Alright, so let's get these processed and get these out of the way. And maybe we'll come back a little bit later and cut a few more, but I'm just trying to open up this area some more right now. In fact, I'm gonna get my stump grinder back over here real quick and get that stump out of the way. These stumps are so annoying because you have to cut them off so high. I wish whoever makes these maps would make it to where you can cut them at the ground level. I'm not really sure how that works. Like I said, I've been tinkering around with the map of my own, but I just haven't gotten that far yet. Oops, wrong button. Oh no, it's hung up on me again. This happens every once in a while. Where I'm not sure what happens. I can't do anything with my controller. Oh gosh. Well, alright, be right back. Alright everybody, well I finally got back. I had to cut down a few more trees to catch back up to where we were. But anyway, I think we didn't lose too much. Yeah, sometimes every once in a while that... I don't know, the game just freezes on me, but in a weird sort of way. Like if I hop out of a vehicle, then okay, there we go. So I'm not sure if it's the certain button combination I pressed on my keyboard, or not my keyboard, my controller, or what happened. But every once in a while, like I'll just be frozen, like I can't move. I'll just be like this. I can look around. I can look up, I can look down, I can open up my chainsaw, I can do it, but I can't switch between vehicles. I can't walk, I can't do anything. It's just weird. That's what happened. But anyway, we're back, and that stump's back. But anyway, I'll get this ground up here a little bit. I don't think we lost anything. Our truck should be still sitting up here. Yeah, that one, okay. Yeah, that's where we parked it last. Okay, so we didn't really lose anything. Okay. I'll need to get the stump grinder, get that stump back out of the way, and this one that just cut. But anyway, so what we'll do is for next time we'll come back, we'll just pick up where we left off here with getting this landing kind of more situated, and get some of these trees out of the way so we can actually have room to operate and get our setup back like we need it. And then we'll start skidding logs properly. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this map. I haven't been this excited about a new map. You know, maybe it's not brand new, but new to me anyway. Haven't been excited for this kind of map in a long time because these roads just really cool with all this mud, and you know, it looks like what you'd see in a typical forestry operation. All this mud and stuff, and the water's cool and all that, so I'll be looking forward definitely to playing this some more. And like I said, I am working on a map myself, and it's based off of a real world location not far from where I live. There's a big warehouse or sawmill south of where I live, and that's maybe an hour away. But you know, it's relatively flat land, because once you get out of the hills in North Louisiana and get down towards the south, it starts getting really flat. So not a whole lot of terrain, but I'm planning on making it really cool. I want to use these roads right here. I found them, and then you just I'll just have to figure out how to put the mud layer in, which I've already looked into, and it doesn't seem that hard, so I should be able to figure it out. But it's definitely been challenging trying to get the map started. Anyway, I think the hardest part though is going to be the terrain, because I used a digital elevation model, which when you bring it into the game, it automatically adjusts the terrain to your model. But if your model is real pixely, you know, like if you look at just imagine if you took a black and white image and made a few little areas a darker shade of gray than some of the others, then when you bring it in, it just immediately where that line is between the two shades of gray, it bumps up the terrain slightly, so you got a real jagged edge kind of. So I got to go in and fix a bunch of that kind of stuff, but don't really think there's any way around that unless you find a really high resolution digital elevation model and you bring it in. You still got to do some smoothing, but at least for the most part it would be ready to go. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video of Team Sardinia forestry map. It's really cool with all the mud and stuff. I'm really looking forward to it. So next time we'll pick up where we left off and hopefully get some more of this area opened up and get some more logs delivered and kind of give us a better room to operate here. But anyway, this is Jonathan on Team Sardinia forestry map. Have a good one. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.